Revelation 1382, from the 12th of April 1940. The will of man is valued, not the deed. Soul work. The heart surge is decisive for man's actions, and every deed will therefore mark man's inherent attitude. It is important, however, that man can carry out what he intends to do. Often, however, he is somehow prevented from doing so. Then his will always remains the standard of his attitude, to not do what does not correspond to his will. Therefore, a person can perform a compulsorily good deed under some influence, which, however, cannot be credited to him, because it was not born from his inner feeling and because he would never have done it without this compulsion. As, conversely, the will for a good deed, which cannot be performed, is credited as the good deed. And so the Lord also judges here again in strictest justice. He recognizes people's hearts, he knows every movement, every thought, and nothing can remain hidden from his eye. If you people now devote yourselves to the belief that all good thoughts will be evaluated as accomplished deeds, this will ennoble your thinking. You will begin to always give an account of your innermost feelings, of all words and thoughts. You will even look at every good deed with critical eyes and always ask yourselves whether it has completely corresponded to your thinking. And that is work on the soul, constant observation of oneself, constant striving for higher things and an extremely strongly developed sense of truth. All this is conscious work on the soul. The human being must first educate himself to love, by striving to help his fellow human being from time to time. He must have a certain spiritual superiority over everything that could trick him into doing something that does not correspond to his innermost heart surge. He must therefore, if a bad influence wants to push him toward the apparent fulfillment of his life's path, oppose it with all his will and listen to the inner voice that dictates his right way of life. He must therefore be prompted by his will to every good deed to serve God. He must make it his business that will and action always coincide, that therefore the deed never deviates from the will, but that will and deed always move in the same direction, and now his inner being is always and constantly formed until the will has become completely one with the divine will and the deed is valuable before God. Amen.